Well, anyhow, it seems like Mr. Fallon has now connected.
Right, I'll have a look over on the WiE side of things as soon as I get back in game, which is happening just now.
I'm suspecting there will be a request for a restart, possibly.
Yeah, 55 minutes. Ooh, nowhere near long enough.
Well, it was set up so that the game would start only when there was 5 people in, wasn't that right? So I think it might have a forced restart anyway.
Nope, because they had 5 people in at the start, I think. That made a restart.
I see.
I think Sigma has been right on top of that. He's been restarting it on his own.
Well, WiE is standing around, so I believe they're waiting for it, so it's probably something just to go ahead and do.
No, I haven't restarted yet. But there
It does
were
look
five,
like they're
were
waiting
5
for it.
people in, otherwise you wouldn't see the game time and the scoreboard.
I think we're good to go for a restart. We got 5 on each side.
Yeah, the way people are jumping around doesn't make it look like they're pretty much
Did
serious
they
for
request
mechs
one?
at the moment.
I'm sorry?
Did they request a restart?
Oh no, I'm questing one, just so that they
I
don't...
say buying.
Are they buying?
No buying
RDL
on
is.
the WiE side, or buying at all.
I'll go tell them to.
Yeah, to be honest, I'll be upset if they need more than 45 minutes.
Who was it that talked about SRM vultures? I see one built now.
That was me. Yeah, it looks like I called it. Trying to remember how that ended for us last time. I think we had a mixed variety of direct fire assets, and I think we just about won it, but it was a very close thing. But it will be interesting to see if
Yeah, I think we did fairly well against RDL on these kind of maps. We tended to win the brawl game against them.
they are very good at focus firing, but yeah, their brawling can be a little bit. They're not so good in the dodging. Very good at focusing fire, very good at moving together. But when it comes down to a proper chaotic brawl, they tend to not be quite as good. So it will be interesting to see if they are going to go for a full
They also
SRM
seem
list.
to not be buying anything else. I wonder if that was just... I don't know.
Yeah, one SRM
Full
loaded up
purchasing.
with BAs. I like it.
On WiE side now, they are fully purchasing their assets. It looks like the same setup as Thunder Rift. Yes, it is. Exactly the same.
Oh.
Hey guys, I've just had my second crash since we came to Marshes, so I might be in and out. Someone else can referee, of course, if needed. Not that I
Yeah,
think it will
seems-
be.
I'm not sure if RDL is actually buying. They have bought one mech and nothing else.
I've called
So
back
they
for
need-
Here they
51
have
minutes.
buying. They have buying now.
Interesting to see
Yeah.
WIE use exactly the same assets as last time. As I said, this map is one rather similar to the other map in that it does have ranged fighting, but you know, with more of a focus on close combat.
1,
So-
2, 3, 4 Vulture SRM.
Yeah, that
Ugh.
looks like it is exactly what they took against us in the past. That horrible vulture list. You should bear in mind that when you have 4 vultures putting SRMs on you, the cockpit shape is
5.
5, yes. Frankly horrible.
Okay,
Does
well, this
AMS hit? Does AMS hit SRMs?
They
Yeah,
do,
AMS hits
but
those, but
doesn't
if
do
you've
as
seen-
much.
Yeah, if you've seen the number of missiles coming at you, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm taking out one in about 400 of those coming at me.
Okay, we have a go. On WiE said they're moving forwards. I mean, talking about that setup, I would think that it will be very effective if RDL split fire and go after a target each, but it won't be very effective if they focus fire. The Vulture Bees are Stonlocker, and if you want to make use of it in a team game, you have to make sure that it's not going to get pounded whilst it's trying to do its job, and that means effectively neutralising the rest of the team's ability to shoot at you. So if they've got 5 of them, then they can do that to every mech, but they'll have to play some lag to do that.
Yeah, those
RDL is
SRMs
known
are
to
gonna-
have good focus fire, so it could very well be so that they can be one of those units that can actually coordinate firing on a single target each one.
The SRMs will make aiming those PPCs a bloody nightmare, but although yes, the sensible thing it would seem in this position is to fire at every mech so that everyone is cockpit shaped and can't aim back. It was very chaotic when we last fought them, so there was only a somewhat a degree of focus firing, but it did seem that RDL attempted to focus fire one target, so it seems that they prefer to try and take down one person quickly and then go after the others rather than keeping everyone shaken up. Maybe they revised it after that last fight we had, but that was what they tried to do last time.
I'm wondering if things might have changed there, and they do change the way they do things. And I believe Felon has seen the RDL vultures because he's looking directly their way at the moment.
RDL looks like they have not noticed Wolf in Exile.
I think WiE have a full ECM list there, so it makes sense that they've located them. However, those vultures are all ECM as well, just a little bit back from the Warhammers, but I think it was a visual rather than a radar check that spotted that.
RDL Vitos did take a quick turn to look to the right there, so maybe he's also spotted them, but the WiE guys are in a lot better kind of visual cover than RDL, so he may well not have seen them. He certainly didn't take long to look at them, so my suspicion would be that he took a quick glance and didn't see anything.
WiE currently moving out into the open around the hangar area. Good move, they need to give themselves plenty of space to intercept those vultures with range fire on the way in.
Yeah, they do really want to be out there in the middle of that field. We ended up engaging them at the fuel tanks, and that's not where you want to be with that number of
Okay,
vultures.
and if Bombadil looks to his right,
We have fire.
he'll be able to engage. Yes, we have full engagement now.
RDL PJ getting a bit split up from the rest.
Getting focused as well. Coming into SRM range now, however. This
With
is
that armour, he may well go down very quickly.
this is make or break time for the WiE forces. Bombadil needs to pull back into cover, get and break this SRM lock that is
He's
about
in
to
range.
beat
Just
the
take
absolute
bottom
shite
now.
out of him.
Does look like they're still focus firing like I'd predicted.
Bombadil is in cover now. They're forcing RDL to switch targets.
Alex just shot Fallon in the back. Unlucky there.
Good move by Phelan there to
Oh,
break up
Phelan
their
is
targets,
mid-center.
but he is getting overextended now.
He's trying to keep them tied up at the range that the Warhammers work best at, which isn't a bad way of playing. He's also going after PJ trying to finish him off, but that cockpit shake can't be pleasant.
Vitos is acting on his alone, trying to finish off Bombadil, it seems.
Fallon's surviving a long time against all those SRMs.
Both units has one guy in the middle of all the other guys in the other unit.
If Fallon goes down first, which he
There he
has,
is.
I believe RDL are going to get this one. Because Vitros is
Yeah.
still up.
They're going to come in behind and pound those Warhammers now, I think, although they're kind of
Vitos gone.
Vitos is down.
Is
Bombadil.
PJ down yet?
No, not yet. Bombadil's
Bombadil
gone.
down.
That's the other focused
I
Warhammer
think
down.
RDL has one.
PJ to be finished off. One of them needs to hit him, and he's down. Bit of SRM fire impacting the friendly vultures from RDL there. Kaz
Alex
trying to
G
get.
well and truly out of the fight there, kind of hidden behind a hill. Although he's getting involved again now.
They need to take these vultures down quickly and one at a time. Fury's currently the focus fire target. Alex a little bit out of the way, just doing his own thing on bench. Kaz still up, and Fury's down. 4 Kaz drops.
You're really seeing it. One of the things we were actually talking about before is noticing just the sheer amount of armour that Innisphere has to have compared to Clan. So you've got a lot more damage being output by the Clan with all the vultures here, but almost limiting its effectiveness by how much armour they want.
I'm also interested in the fighting style by RDL. I do not think they're actually using those vultures to their best ability. They should ideally keep them at near max range to get most of their SRMs hitting. But they do not, they are very close.
Bench
Going
over
forward.
1v1 in with Sick and Alex. The other guy, MF, at distance, not really helping out. Alex needs to get in cover though and block line of sight to MFC, which he is about to do. Bench must be close to death now. Come on, when he lands, I expect to see him finished off. Still up? There he
There he
goes.
goes.
There is down.
Interesting.
And I would
with
love to see the armor values.
Yeah, with the close quarters of this this fight, it could have been drastically changed by just one nuke, but none of those here. Pure skill going into it and none of the luck, which is always pleasant.
I think this will be a good video to link in the thread where people are whining about the Vulture being overpowered.
Definitely.
Of course, then we'd probably see a Warhammer's overpowered thread.
You're such an optimist.
Yeah,
That's
I
me.
do wonder about the wisdom of an all-Vulture list. It's the cockpit shape is very nice, but very nice when combined with other assets that do just hard, straight, single-shot weapons like Gauss rifles and PPCs.
The Vulture's a very difficult mech to make use of properly in team games because of its its low armor and its tendency to get focus fired. I mean, even taking 5, we can see here, hasn't netted RDL the kind of result I think they were expecting. WiE currently with 2 mechs to their 1 and a range advantage if they get themselves in a position to at least try and give themselves a little bit of line of sight on this RDL guy who has retreated back to the hangar. Did he go for a repair?
That's the enemy's
No.
hangar, I think. That's the other team's hangar.
He must have gone back for ammo, maybe.
As far as I know, repairs are disabled anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, they should be, yes. I think that Wolf in Exile has taken quite a bit of damage. They don't seem too willing to leave their cover.
Yeah, I suspect that they've got quite a few holes in their armor. One of them, I think, may be smoking from the back armor as well, but that could just be engine fumes.
They need to make you could be the lambs actually, but they need to make use of that range. To be honest, I'd have headed back towards the sort of walls towards the other side of the airfield, and those little buildings over there, because it gives them, they know what side of the map he's on. Oh, Sig just missed there, clipping the side of the bunker. Looks like
We
Alex
see
backing
questions
off.
by the spectators about the ammo purchases as well.
I believe it was enabled and allowed for this, so that should be fine. End of the day, we want to see them go down fighting. We don't want to see them running with no ammo, and that be that. Oh,
And he's down.
Yeah, it's irrelevant anyway. He's dead.
wow. Well, that is
Was
a real
nice
surprise.
fight.
I certainly think we can establish that Vulture did not repair when he went back to base.
No, he was in there
No,
for just a
that's-
moment.
That's disabled.
I don't believe he bought ammo either. He would have been firing.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
he went to cover. Probably running a bit scared because he obviously had no armor left somewhere.
That is also an interesting part to look at this, the advantage of having a lot of armor. I'm quite sure that the Vultures would have to be quite accurate with their SRMs to actually take down all the armor of that Wolf in Exile list.
Yeah, the
what
problem
Wolf-
is you want to be focus firing when you've got assets like those Warhammers and very difficult with SRMs. But it's good to see it now 2-2 for both teams. We've got one final decider round, so exciting stuff.
Very.
What we also saw Wolf making real good use of was confusion. There were several RDL instances where they shot themselves in the back with SRMs just because Wolf got in there and mixed it up.
Yeah,
Definitely. And being that close with the Vulture is not a good idea because those SRMs will start missing.
yeah, and also, I mean, I noticed them doing this. They were jamming those Warhammers in the face of those Vultures. One would go in and get right in the face of them, and that means all that splash damage that you're directing onto your enemy target, it's also reflecting back onto you and all your teammates. Yep, they're also shooting you as well, so I think that contributed well to the WiE victory.
Their use of terrain was, as a blocking factor, was definitely better than RDL's. Of course, it is much easier when you've got single-shot weapons like those PPCs rather than SRMs.
Sigma, can we please have clear cut for the final?